stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. That hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. Jeep. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a very sold-out Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Tonight, it's the AFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. This is brought in at the 21. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Throwing right, and that's complete. 30. 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Bengals will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From the 10. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was down the numbers. There he goes. The 20, 10, touchdown Bengals. Just an unbelievable start less than a minute in. They're already up 2 touchdowns.
You talk about getting out of the gate fast. I mean, beyond fast. That's warp speed, isn't it? To jump up with 2 scores like that in less than a minute's time, your confidence has to be elevated.
I haven't even found the right height for my chair yet. I'm still adjusting.
You mean you found a way to sit down?
I did, yeah. I guess I got that accomplished.
I'm still standing watching this occur.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And able to get this out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here they'll give him another shot here on the ground. They find some open field here. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. 69 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run. This is Khalil Herbert. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Another carry for Herbert on 2nd down. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They'll go again with Herbert. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
One, ready?
A handoff for Herbert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Khalil Herbert, 26 yards. And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. A short kick taken at the 18. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Von Miller coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? He said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
12.
Here's a give to Herbert. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Burrow. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he is going to have the Bengals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
11.
Now they go play action now, Burrow. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Allen escaping the pressure right. And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bills have got it back to within a score. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw it in...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. They'll roll him out right. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
To throw, it's Allen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Allen. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
That's to his running back, complete. Touchdown! A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bills' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag.
We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Burrow on play action. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or he keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Going deep for Diggs. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
12.
Play action. It's Burrow. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Another carry for Herbert on second down. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Herbert once more. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
11 mighty.
This is Herbert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
11.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He's going to air one out. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Jair Elam makes a pick. And the Bills are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. To the air, Allen. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw going to be caught by Davis. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Now Allen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Bills first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 86 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. Second down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Quick throw here by Allen, complete. Touchdown, Bills! From 8 yards out, and the Bills are an extra point away from drawing level. McLaughlin for the extra point. And in this rain, they were nice and cautious there on the extra point try, and that caution was well warranted as this game is tied. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a first and 10. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be second and 10.
He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker.
And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT.
It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right, yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Right back to him on 1st down.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11 MT. 11 MT.
They go play action with Burrow. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together.
Here we go.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Another carry for Herbert on 2nd down.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
Now Herbert.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
120 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Herbert fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
11.
In motion goes the tight end. 2nd down and goal. Burrow. Touchdown Bengals. Irv Smith Jr. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is we're all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Allen. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. It's Davis. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And Diggs has it. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen flushed out right. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Von Miller getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And his kick is good. And the Bills have taken the lead here in the 4th. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ballgame, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers. And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this wild card game has been as good as advertised. They trail by a field goal here in the 4th, with obviously a very critical drive forthcoming as they start with a 1st down.
Here we go,
the run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 12, 12, 12, 11, 11, 11. Throwing, Burrow. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
11, 11. 11 mighty, 11 mighty.
They'll run here with Herbert. 128 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Another carry for Herbert on 2nd down. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Here we go.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
12, 12. 11, 11, 11.
Now Burrow. And that is incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson. This to tie things up in the final minute. McPherson's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense, just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Allen. And a throw right sideline is complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So nothing of importance there, just the season on the line. And he puts it home to likely get them through to the division round.
If you're a fan, you're watching this one with your hands over your eyes. But if you're a kicker, this is what you practice for all season long. And this one was never in doubt.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a